Yo. We are at video number 3. Here we are. Welcome to the course. And so I'm just going to spend a few minutes. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. I'm not going to tell all of it, but I'm just going to tell you how this began. So a small group of us, a group of about 6 or 7 of us, went and put on a conference in Kathmandu, Nepal, 2014. We were at a conference, and one of the older ladies in our group, she was cute enough that it's anything she said, it's hard to offend anybody. And we're at dinner one night, and in front of everybody, she says, "Ryan, you're 36 years old, and you're not married. What's wrong with you?" Right? And I laughed. I just thought it was so blunt and it was so direct. How could you not laugh at a question that like this? And it was a turning moment for me. And the reason why it was a turning moment is the way that I answered. When you speak things out and you really make changes with the world around you. And like everybody, I think we had like 10 people at the table, and they're all looking at me. And I laughed and I said, "That's a great question." He says, over these last couple of years, I've done some learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about others. And I'm going to tell you this. I've dedicated in my mind that the next woman that I'm going to be with, she's going to be the luckiest woman that she knows about. She's going to be so lucky that other women are going to look at her and be jealous of her, of just how amazing she is going to have it. And everybody kind of just stopped and looked at me. And I said, "You watch. It's going to happen." And that was a couple years ago, almost 3 years ago now. And that was Kathmandu, Nepal. Great country, by the way. Within a couple weeks of returning home from that trip, I had a mentor. He's one of those cool cats. He just talks about everything in his relationship, and he says, "Man, I've been married for 13 years now." He says this: "I've been married for 13 years now, and the sex that I've been having with my wife for the last 3 years has been absolutely amazing, and I've discovered a secret." Well, when anybody says something like that, bro, let me in on the secret. I mean, you're doing long-term marriage. The sex that you're telling me has been great for the last 3 years. Dude, tell me what's going on. And he says this: "Ryan, if you create a safe place for a woman, it will lead to the best possible sex with your future wife, better than you could possibly imagine." He says, it's amazing right now. "The best possible advice I can give you right now is to stop complaining if you have been. It's not safe, and your sex life will suffer." And then he went on to tell me all these guys, all these husbands that he's mentoring, that they come home from work and the first thing that they do is they bitch and they complain. And he's like, "Dude, your wife shuts down when you do that. You got to come in, put it on, and you got to create a safe place for her. There's going to be time later in the evening, maybe later in the week, for you to talk about the stuff you're going through. But right now, you got to create a safe place for her. She doesn't feel safe with you." And so it was just, this conversation with my mentor, the people in Nepal, really got things going for me. About 2 weeks before I started dating my now wife, I read John Gray. John Gray said something like this. He says, "Sweeping a woman off of her feet is easier than you think." And I'm like, I'm 36. It hasn't been easy for me. What's going on? Why is this process easier than I think? So a couple weeks, I read this a couple weeks before Angie and I started dating. But what happened was one of my guys that I shared an office with, Jack had a meltdown. And see, he came over to my house with one of our other friends, Angel, the three of us. He had a meltdown. He had a situation where he actually moved to California across country from New York. He moved across country so that he could pursue this woman here in California. Well, 3 months after moving here, she broke up with him. So he's in business. He and I end up in an office space together. We became friends. And right now it's about a year and a half, 2 years after she had broke up with him. He was just in a context where he hadn't seen her for a year and a half. Literally 2 weeks before he's going to move down to LA, he sees her, has a meltdown, calls me up, calls our other friend up, and we're all sitting in this room and just trying. I mean, he's just real shaken up. Like, he liked her, felt rejected, all that stuff. We're trying to like help him out. One of our friends reads to him some stuff from John Gray, and he went back home. He said whatever was said in that room that night, he went back home, read a whole book, blogs, read it all. And he said, Ryan, for the last year and a half, I've screwed this thing up. I've gotten it all wrong. And he says, I wish I would have known this a year and a half ago. So I'm like, I got to learn this. So I went and when it was all said and done, Jack and I, within a 3 or 4 day period, we read one book cover to cover. We're reading all this other stuff. We're really diving in and learning how to take action. So I want you to know that the vision for my course. Oh yeah, let me back up. Angie and I ended up dating 2 weeks later, and all had to do with this simple question: hey, what do you like to do for fun, and what makes you feel special? And it was a series of events where I took action on it. And Angie and I have had probably the most incredible 2 years of both of our lives. It's been magical. Other women, other friends of hers have looked to seen what's happened between us. And they're like, Ryan, you got to teach other guys this. So my vision for the course is simply teaching what I've learned. And believe me, I've been an idiot in the past. I mean, I've had to learn. I've had to develop new skills. My vision for this course is to give away simply what I've been given. But I have another caveat. This really isn't for you. It's for my future guys, for my future men, for my sons. I want my sons and the generations to come behind me to learn what I've learned so that they can literally sweep a woman off of her feet and keep her off her feet for the long haul. And so this course is pack filled. You're going to get some incredible information. And I'm excited for you. I got some guidelines that I want to go through here real quick. This is for the closed Facebook group. For the closed Facebook group, I want this, number one, to be a safe place for you to get advice, feedback, and ask thoughtful questions. No solicitation. Number two, no solicitation. Number three, simply a safe place to encourage others and be encouraged yourself to be the best possible man that you can be. Not just the best man, the better man. Because remember, the best man, we never arrive. We're always becoming. The better man never arrive, but they're always becoming the better man that they know of. They're always moving. You got to keep your feet moving. So this is a little exercise if you want. Go to I'd like all of you to. So go to the closed Facebook group. Number one, share your name. Introduce yourself. Number two, what you hope to get out of this course. And number three, if you're able to tell someone one piece of advice about women, so you got good information. If you were to tell someone one piece of advice about women, what that you'd like your future kids to understand, what would it be? So number one, share your name. Number two, what you hope to get out of the course. Number three, give advice. Tell your one good piece of advice that you like future generations behind you to get. Do that now. And my goals for this course, number one, to provide AAA content with the most value possible. In fact, I plan to give you so much amazing content that this course will be a reference course for you to return to and to relearn. Number two, persuade you that establishing an actionable vision for an incredible future is vital to the success of your current or future relationship. I've helped out married men. They need a plan. You need a plan. You need a plan for success so you can take action. Number three, build a foundation for the flow of a relationship and the flow of this course. And number four, to give you bonuses in addition to this course. Those are my four goals. Number one, AAA content. It's going to be awesome. Number two, persuade you to have an actionable vision for the success of your future relationship, building a foundation for the flow of a relationship in this course, and to give you bonuses in addition to this course. So on the next video, we're going to take a moment to spend a little bit more time unpacking these goals and what that means for you. I will see you in the next video. You guys are rock stars. I'm excited for you. It's going to be fun. All right. See you soon.